Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the new mission table, command table, whatever you'd like to call it, and I'll be going over some of the changes from previous tables and a little bit how it works as well. I'll be doing this from the perspective of Kyrian. That's because that's where my main's at. I do have some experience on the Night Fae one as well. So basically saying I'm not going to get into the specifics of what each hero does and what each troop does because I don't know what all the heroes and all the troops do, at least not in depth for all of the covenants. So it's going to be a bit of a generalization as far as that goes, but also going to just give my thoughts on it and the changes to it. So this is a little bit more. It harkens a little bit back to uh, Warlords a little bit. Warlords Draenor expansion as far as the table goes. In BFA, it was actually just really easy. You have this to counter that, put it in, 200% chance, get bonus loot. And it was really dumbed down, really easy because people were complaining that it was like too integral part of the game. So like, well, we'll just make it really easy. We'll take away some of the gold rewards from it, and that we're still around in Legion even, and go from there. So they completely reworked it in this expansion and how it works. So you still have followers or troops or whatever you want to call them, companions are called. And so I have 4 unlocked right now. Eventually you get quite a few with different choices of different abilities you can use, and they all have different abilities. And they, in this case, they actually fight. So they actually like play out a little bit of a battle. I don't know. There's all kinds of old games that operate like this in the same way, and they make new games that do it as well. Like usually like low graphics games. But I know in it, or one example would be this is a stupid example perhaps, but in the old game Oregon Trail, it kind of works this way where you go on this adventure. Oh, your wagon takes X damage. You killed this many buffalo, whatever, and it's like it's RNG, but you have like certain inputs that you're putting into it to create the RNG, and it's really not that RNG either. So let's go ahead and just look at what a mission looks like, just to kind of play this out a little bit. So this is like an elite rare mission. You have 3 enemies here. It gives you a total of their life points, and then their normal attack. So that's without like special abilities. And for this, so then you have like a special ability too, and you can have more than one special ability. So the enemy they each have the same ability called Arrogant Boast. The manifestation exclaims believe in their own ability, increases damage done by 25% for 2 turns. So, and that has a 4-round cooldown. So 50% uptime on some pretty good damage. Now these 2 are both melee. That's signified by their melee mark there. Range, or just looks like a hunter emblem there. That just means that they can shoot from range, which is why he's in the back. And then I don't know if it'll let me know. It's not gonna let me put my troops in because I have them out on a mission right now. However, so you can put your troops in here to combat them. I can play around a little bit with just the troops. You also have troops. So I don't remember how many of these you eventually unlock or if it's just the 2. But at the start, every covenant's gonna have 2 of these. So no matter which covenant you picked, and they're gonna do different things. Like my 2, for example, has one of them's a DPS, melee DPS, 3-round cooldown. And just because you're melee DPS doesn't mean you can't be in the back. It's not like they're completely worthless. The halberders throws their weapon at the furthest enemy, dealing 144 physical damage. So you can target that, right? So let's say where it's right here. Its special attack is showing you it shows you a little bit. The furthest enemy is this manifest out in the back. No matter where I put it, it's going to be the first enemy. So if I wanted to make sure I took that out, I could stack these kind of things up because I know for sure they're going to do that. So that's how you judge their abilities. The Phalanx I have, what they do is they takes 10% reduced damage and protects all ranged allies in the same way. So my low health stuff I usually kind of put in the back, put a Phalanx up front, and that is going to decrease the damage that they take, which is helpful. I think I can at least look at my guys' abilities just to kind of talk about them a little bit. And you guys if you're not Kyrian, you're not gonna have the same exact abilities. I won't go through all of them. I'll do Clea because I kind of like Clea. Lead the charge. Clea charges into battle, dealing physical damage, to all adjacent enemies. So hits things, right next to the enemy. So on a mission table, so if Clea hit right here on the front left one, I imagine because they're both adjacent that she would actually hit all the enemies. It would only be if she hit the one on the right, that she would only hit the front two. So in this case, if I wanted to make sure that Clea hit everything, I'd put Clea up there where that Phalanx was. So in this open spot here, and then she would probably hit everything then with her ability. And then she also has a second ability, Mace to Hand. This just causes her to auto attack back if she gets hit. And so you're basically setting up your abilities to hit what you want to hit. When you're doing an easier mission, so you'll get like these anima missions, there's just 4 non-elite, very easy. Like technically, my troops alone could do this, I'm sure. Let me see. Yeah, my attack is way higher, my life is way higher. You can't send it out without a hero, but like these are pretty easy, so it's not, you don't have to put any thought into it. But you're gonna get these harder missions. Like, okay, so I have a Soul Ash mission that I can't do right now because I'm not strong enough. And so they have 10,000 combined life, 693 attack. That's rough. I can't quite accomplish that yet. But you would want to set your stuff up in a way where you're hitting multiple things. So the Clea example again, you would just want to make sure there actually is no way to hit 3 enemies with her for this particular one, unfortunately. As far as hitting the one at the most ranged, I guess maybe you'd want to just avoid the tank. You'll have abilities like hit the whole back row or hit the whole front row. You'll have healers that can heal your stuff, and it heals like the closest ally. I'd be remiss not to mention that. So like let's say one of your troops is a healer, it heals the closest ally. Then it's you want to make sure you surround your least tanky things around your healer, or use 2 healers, whatever works for that particular mission. And you're basically just countering your enemies, and it's really cool. And then the way it works at the end, you can either skip through it, or you can just watch it play out. So you'll literally see them do their attacks, go through your 5, go through their however many they have. You can watch it. I've had some that are 17 rounds. Those could take quite a bit. I know on the app, which I'll talk about just quickly as well, I know on the app that you can actually do it at ×2 speed, which is actually helpful if you do want to watch it, but it's going to be a high amount of rounds. You can watch it at a faster speed on the phone app, WoW Companion app it's called. So that's an option. I didn't see that option on here, but I guess I've never really looked either if there's a ×2 speed on the actual game. So when they get back, you can see that. But yeah, so that's how that works. You send them out on missions, you complete them. It's a lot different. You get to see the battle take place if you want to, not visually, obviously with like a movie, but you get to see it take place to some degree, and it's a really cool system. The rewards are not high rewards, so they kept that. So they're like, well, we don't want it to be high rewards like it was in Legion or Warlords. And in Legion wasn't even that high rewards. Warlords was really kind of lucrative rewards. But so instead they're like, we're going to instead try to make it more fun, attempt to make it more fun. Certain people are going to really like it, certain people won't care. I did mention that the companion app. So for that, you just download the WoW Companion app. You don't have to have like a masterful phone or anything for it, or tablet or whatever that can take apps, and you're just able to go and do your missions via that. This is actually really helpful for me. Someone who I try to get all my followers up really fast, so it's something I probably won't end up using very much later. But when I'm really trying to get everything leveled up and I can't get to a computer, that's actually extremely helpful to do as well. So that's really interesting. There is some wonkiness. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about a little bit of wonkiness with the mission table. So the way this works, so I have Campaign Whisper in the Dark. I can get Adventure Campaign Progress and just some random item. This challenge leads to additional adventures with greater rewards. So that's like the Soul Ash and stuff like that. So you get these better missions the more you progress your mission table. So it's kind of like prog on your mission table instead of in a raid or whatever. And so you can push those. That's actually what I'm going to do next. Do this one and unlock even more cool missions, I guess. and eventually you get these really hard ones that are kind of like raid bosses. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it personally. I hope the rewards like continue to scale throughout the expansion. That would be nice, at least like as you keep getting harder and harder. Because right now, I mean, Soul Ash is a really good reward, at least early in an expansion. But hopefully the rewards continue to be more and more lucrative. Maybe some valuable items to sell, maybe just straight gold, whatever it happens to be. That would be really cool, I think. So overall, I would say that. Oh, I want to talk about the wonkiness of that. So you unlock these things, but like there's no way you can even complete if you. I shouldn't say there's no way. So if you hurried and rushed your stuff as fast as you could, then there's really, like I said, I can't complete this mission right now. I would fail and all my troops would be dead. That's another thing to talk about real quick. Um, this Breach the Plains mission. There's no way I can actually complete this with my troops. Maybe some covenants have troops that could, even at the same level as my troops, and there's plenty of people ahead of mine as well. But at my current rate, I can't do it. So it'd be more interesting, even if it wasn't Soul Ash, even if it was a different reward. Instead of jumping from 14 elite, if it went to like from 14 to 24, if there was like an intermediary there. So that is a little bit wonky as far as that goes. And like I said, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that if you fail a mission, your troops do get hurt, and then you can actually heal them. You can heal them individually by just clicking on the companion themselves and then clicking heal. Or you can go down and click heal all, and this actually costs anima to do so. So it's a resource. You know, anima is basically the war resource of this expansion, and so that's how that works. You have to heal them if you fail. So you don't want to fail, because otherwise they regenerate pretty slowly, their health, and you might have to end up using anima to heal them, or you just be way behind on your mission table. I've failed multiple missions while I was kind of learning how this worked, so it wasn't the greatest thing in the world. But yeah, that's about it for this video on the mission table. It's actually quite a bit, but I could probably go on forever about this because I am having a lot of fun with it. I guess the only other thing I'll say real quick is I do wish that there was I wish that wasn't so much time between the missions. I wish there was an option for like a few like little 30-minute missions or something, maybe an hour mission. The rewards don't have to be great, maybe just a little bit of anima or something. Just to kind of like get some missions in while you're playing, because what I find is like, you know, I do one overnight, maybe check it in the morning, do it one in the afternoon, and you know, I try to be efficient about it, but like I wish you could do it a little bit more, because it is an interesting system. If you like that old style of gaming where you send things out, they do damage, you just placing them correctly. It's just really old school, but not that they don't make games like that still, because they do, but I enjoy it, and to me it's really fun. So that's it for this video. Finally, as always, I do ask you to subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody have a good one.